Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, call hello, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakah, Kodash. I send divine honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I say much peace, love, and salutations to Yakim out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. This is Brother Ariala. And this is just a quick, order of business type of lesson, for the Akim. Brothers has been building and growing all across the United States, all across the world, really. Have received a message the other day with a brother that's abroad, and he just kind of asked me a couple of things, but it led to me kind of just telling him a few things, and it just was kind of a reminder of to me that these things are in the scriptures for a reason, as far as order, as far as communicating, as far as things like that. So I was like, you know what, let me do a quick lesson about it. And so this is not going to be long, but Lord willing, this is edifying. This lesson is going to be called Reporting in Communication and Order. All right, reporting in communication and order. In the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 16, it says, But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifices the Most High will please. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, and that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. And so, understanding this, man, brothers that are in different regions, whether you in the United States, you should be knowing that who you report to, especially you brothers that might be head of a camp in a small town or small city. You might not be linked directly with the apostles and the elders, and you always have somebody that you're meant to report to. And with reporting in, what does that mean? Is that just meaning you're reporting in about something bad that happened? No. What you're doing is you're establishing lines of communication so that you can grow thereby. So this ministry can grow thereby. When we read in the scriptures, even in this here in Hebrews the 13th chapter, when you skip down, verse 23, know ye that our brother Timothy is set at liberty, with whom, if he comes shortly, I will see you soon. Salute all them that have the rule over you, and all the saints. They have illicit. So you're gonna have people that are sent, that the churches are reporting to keep everything tight, to keep everything concise. Okay, and all these things are very, very important, man. So you're not just reporting in, oh, this bad happened. No, you're reporting in on maybe questions that you have about the scriptures, mindset about what's going on, maybe in your head, how you analyzing things in the church that you're at. You might have a question concerning, okay, how do y'all do these things? How do y'all set up for class? Like, what days? What's going on? What are you looking at when you see a brother growing? Like, what are some of the things that y'all do in y'all camp to keep the spirit flowing, keep things growing? These are a lot of things that you're reporting in with, man. You're having a conversation with someone. You're submitting yourself to someone that you're reporting into, letting them know what's going on. And when you letting them know what's going on, that's going to bring to the 9 times out of 10, that'll bring light to them to edify you thereby. But if you're too afraid to really talk about what you got going on, if you trying to hold it in, how you gonna grow? How you gonna grow? A lot of this stuff that we see on YouTube, we can get the breakdowns, you can listen to the lessons, but that's gonna take you so far. That's gonna take you so far, and it's gonna take you a long way. You're gonna learn a lot. Especially if you're listening to the apostles and elders, you're gonna get a lot of stuff. But at the same time, that line of communication with whoever you've been set up with, whether it's a regional camp head, whether maybe one of the bishops in Connecticut, whoever if you over in the state, you over in abroad outside of the United States, you might be reporting into the UK, to those brothers. You might be reporting it, or some other, camp outside of the United States, and then it goes up and so on and so forth. Okay, but all of those things are important in order to keep everything tight, to keep everything concise, and so you're not having conflicting things going on because you seeking counsel from over here, but really you're supposed to be seeking counsel from over there, from another place. Because how things move about in the United States, man, it may not be how they move in Jamaica, or or Tanzania, or Australia. You know what I'm saying? And so things are set up to kind of keep it concise. Sirach 32 and 18, a man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when he of himself have done without counsel. He's just going, doing whatever. Do nothing without advice, and when thou hast done once, repent not. Okay? Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall, and stumble not among the stones. Be not confident in a plain way. Don't be simple, It's important that we're keeping a concise, tight communications, how it was set up. Okay? And so, brothers, if you don't know who you're reporting into, you don't know, if you have a question, you don't know who to ask. You just kind of just searching YouTube for your answer, but you don't really know what to do concerning the issue or something you got going on. It might be something simple as I think this is the breakdown, but let me make sure that I got this on point. You know what I'm saying? That's reporting in with those type of things with who you're set up to communicate with is important, man. Now, let's say you're in a camp and it's just you by your damn self, which is fine. A lot of times as you're reporting in, you're building up a rapport. You're building up competence with dealing with brothers just through that conversation. Because you might be in a position where the Spirit is not allowing you to have fruit yet because you ain't came up on the level with dealing with other men. And that connection and the communication that you have is important, man. I remember counseling with one brother. He didn't have nobody in his camp. And I told him, just keep doing what you're doing. He would hit me up. Keep doing what you're doing. Your fruit will come. Because I could tell his spirit was growing. And you look up a year later, he had 5-6 men in the camp, and they was all on point, So, you get 5 6, you'll have really probably like 3 on point, and 2 of them shake out, But anyway, the whole point of it is he always was very consistent with communication. Consistent. Asking questions. Now, I want to talk about talk about this with asking questions real quick. Whoever's asking questions is leading the conversation. Okay? I'll say that one more time. Who's ever asking questions is leading the conversations. Whenever you're sitting with an elder or you're sitting with someone who you're reporting into, remember that they're taking a seat of humility by dealing with your questions. They're allowing you to lead a conversation. Okay? So when you're asking questions, you should be coming in the spirit of appreciation, humility, meekness, not in the spirit of pride and overloading with too many questions. It's just like, what's a good example? Okay, for brothers that got women. If your woman asks you two or three questions in a row, back to back to back, it might be a simple question, but you'll feel a spirit of frustration. Men know what I'm talking about. Because whoever's asking questions is leading the conversation. And when a woman keeps question, she's basically putting herself over you. And it's extremely annoying. So you have to learn how to ask a few questions, get what you need, and stay in a humble position and understand that this person is serving me. They're serving me. I should be appreciative. I am not owed anything. Call Allah Yabashim Yahushua for this line of communication. And if you haven't looked it up yourself yet, don't ask the question. If you haven't taken enough self, initiative to look the question up first, don't ask the question. That's just annoying. Okay? So be mindful of that, Be mindful of that type of stuff right there. Okay? But just know, man, throughout the scriptures, when you're reading in the New Testament, Titus, Timothy, and all these people were traveling amongst the churches, making sure things were on point, making sure the doctrine was being broken down correctly, making sure people were treating each other the proper way. That's why we read these things. So communication is key in order to grow competent leadership, confidence in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and enthusiasm and growth amongst the churches. They all function within themselves. Okay? They all function within themselves. And so we gotta operate with thanks and everything like that. First Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 1. Finally, when we could stand it no longer, we decided to stay alone in Athens, and we sent Timothy to visit you. He is our brother and the Most High's co-worker in proclaiming the gospel, the good news of Hamashiach. We sent him to strengthen you, to encourage you in your faith, and to keep you from being shaken by the troubles you were going through. But you know that we were destined for such troubles. Okay, I'm reading this in the NLT if you can't pick that up. Okay, so you'll have people sit. All right. Even while we were with you, we warned you that troubles would soon come, and they did, as you well know. That is why, when I could bear it no longer, I sent Timothy to find out whether your faith is still strong. I was afraid that the tempter had gotten the best of you and that our work had been useless. But now Timothy has just returned, bringing us good news about your faith and love. What did he do? He went in, that he reported in to his superiors in the spirit. Okay, so you have guys that get all butthurt about communication, reporting in. This is something this is a business. There's a business aspect to this. This is a war. You know, there's rank and there's mindset to make sure things are on point. We're all subjecting ourselves to something. We're all submitting ourselves to the operation that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has put together here. Make sure that you're paying attention to it. And so if you have an established camp, does your camp know who they report to? And whenever you're reporting in, what are you just hitting them up every now and then? And hey man, my car battery died. Can you send some tires? No, it should be more than that. It should be an updated. Hey, Shalom, man, you know, this and this going on. We running class on these days, blah, 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 blah. I just been having this, and man, you know, this brother right here, man, you know, he's a good reader, but he don't like to speak. You know, well, man, what's some things y'all do to work on your speaking? You know, what it's, you know, or you might just be talking and the person you're reporting into is just edifying the whole time because you saying things that's bringing things to mind that he went through previously. And you're gleaning off of his experiences, and you're allowing those experiences to strengthen your camp, make you more competent. All right. If you're by yourself, a lot of times it's about competence. It's about, yeah, you might know the scriptures, or do you have a competent and confident way of displaying the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? That's all of these things are stuff that you can think about. Okay. God, present your body as a living sacrifice. Put 1 Corinthians 14:40, that all things be done decently and in order. That's right. That's right. That's right. Sirach 37:16, let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. And that should be every church. Every church needs to understand that. It's very, very important. So I just want to do a quick lesson on that because the brother, you know, one of the brothers was asking me a few things, and I proceeded to ask these questions of, okay, who do you report to? You know, these are things that you can talk to the person you report in about, and it'll help you build a relationship with that man, and that's going to help you grow. Brothers that are set up to be reported into is for a reason. All right. So trust what the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua has set up, and if things need to be changed or things need to be manifested, it'll happen. Just trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So this is just a real quick one, man. I'm not gonna belabor this one. Lord willing, is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to Yaki. I'm out there pushing the word, sincerity, and truth. Shalom.